At the Selectmen's meeting on May 15th, Selectman McCoy stated he was informed by a concerned citizen that plans were going forward to reactivate the public water supply wells that have been inactive due to contamination from Olin Corporation's Superfund site.
I contacted Mr. McCoy because I was concerned. I didn't see anything that was discussed at the Selectmen's meeting, and I knew another Selectmen's meeting was coming up, and the deadline was coming up.
Olin Corporation's consultant, Wood Environmental and Infrastructure, completed a draft interim action feasibility study in April of 2019. That document was sent to the town by EPA on May 1st, 2019, with a May 22nd, 2019 deadline for responses, which has since been extended to May 31st, 2019.
Wilmington Environmental Restoration Committee, which I'm the vice president of. We got that document back on May 1st, and when we read it, and I particularly, I can speak for myself, was quite taken back by the fact that the preferred alternative, there's several alternatives, but the preferred alternative that Olin is seeking was to reactivate 2 of the 5 wells that have been shut down. When I looked at the Selectmen's agenda, I didn't see any correspondence. I knew that the deadline was coming up on the 22nd. This is a very important report.
Olin is required to investigate a range of options for addressing the contaminants of concern. Before EPA can decide on the best option to address contaminants, they require Olin, through their consultant, to explore the range of possibilities. One of 6 possibilities explored by the report to address groundwater is using the town's existing water infrastructure to draw groundwater from 2 inactive town wells. This possibility considers upgrading the water treatment capabilities of the water treatment plant to address NDMA and other contaminants of concern to meet the drinking water standards.
The document that was referenced is what Olin Chemical is trying to do, or not really trying to, but suggest as an alternative. And within their actual alternative, Mr. Hull quoted it, it is important to note that this alternative is viable only if it achieved public acceptance and the town elects to reactivate the wells. And to me, it's like, well, that's not happening. That's absolutely not happening.
This is a draft interim plan. If the town had not commented on that part by the 22nd, which was yesterday, if the town had not commented on it, it would have almost seemed as though the town didn't have a problem with it, because if you don't have a comment on it, maybe you don't have a problem with it.
I made a public record request from the Department of Public Health about the cancer study that was done in Wilmington. I said I'm formally requesting the most current results or documents regarding the cancer study being conducted in Wilmington, Mass, specific to the contaminants contained in the groundwater near the Olin Superfund site. The response that I got was basically that the information is exempt from public records requests in connection with a study on childhood cancers in Wilmington. The records withheld include data files, results, analysis, and drafts related to the study. That would be one of the primary concerns that I would have about any discussion of potentially reactivating any of the wells that have been shut down. And I mean, I realize that this is only what Olin is putting forward to the EPA as what they would like to do, and that right now we have the ability to make a comment on that as a town and as a community. And so I think that should be part of it. The fact that we don't know what these contaminants are really responsible for within this community.
When this report comes forward and the town manager of our town says he has no idea we're talking about the wells being activated. That was their preferred alternative. And it's insulting to the town to do that. We don't even have the results of the childhood cancer study that is pegging the Wilmington water supply as the culprit for childhood cancer in our town, and we have a report that comes out that says they're proposing to reactivate wells, and our town manager doesn't know that? That's upsetting. You can understand that, right? Do you think I'm out of line for being upset about that?
You know, simply put, everything the town manager is stating now is pretty much, with a different choice of words, is what I said at the last selectmen's meeting. This should concern me, this should concern everybody sitting here, and this also should concern the general public.